and most people are looking at the wrong map. You think you know the 7 wonders, but did you know that in 2007, a global power play changed the list, forever leaving the most famous structure on Earth in the shadows? We are the last generation to see some of these sites before they are closed to the public forever. But there is a reason the pyramids of Egypt were officially disqualified from the list. 100 million people voted to decide what's wonderful, but they missed the dark secrets hidden underneath the stone. If you don't know why the list changed, you're missing the real story of our planet today. We're going inside the restricted zones, from the body nuke of China to the flood chambers of Rome. This is the one they tried to bury. From the moon, you can't, but the truth about the Great Wall of China is actually more insane than the legend you've heard. You can see it. This isn't one wall, it's a 13,000-mile network of stone, trenches, and mountains. If you laid it out straight, it would wrap more than halfway around the Earth. The secret to its strength. Breakfast. Ming Dynasty builders mixed sticky rice flour into their mortar. This ancient superglue created a bond so tight that even today, weeds can't grow between the bricks. But it has a dark side, known as the longest cemetery on Earth. It's estimated that over 1 million workers died building it. Every brick represents a life sacrificed for an empire's safety. It's not just a wall, it's a 2,000-year-old masterpiece of human grit. Build yours today. But while the Chinese were building up to keep people out, thousands of miles away, an ancient civilization was doing the exact opposite. They were disappearing into the rock itself. This isn't a movie set. This is Petra, the Rose City of Jordan, and it was lost to the Western world for over 500 years, carved directly into vibrant pink sandstone cliffs. Over 2,000 years ago, Petra wasn't built with bricks, was chiseled from the top down. But here's the kicker. It was actually a massive royal tomb. This iconic building is called the Treasury. Legends of hidden gold lead to the name, and you can still see bullet holes from people trying to find the treasure. How did 30,000 people survive in the middle of a desert? The Nabateans were engineering geniuses. They built a complex system of dams and cisterns to harvest every single drop of rain. Think you've seen it all? Archaeologists believe that only 15% of the city has been uncovered. The rest is still buried under the sand. You might recognize it from Indiana Jones or Transformers, but nothing beats seeing this new 7 wonder of the world in person. Would you explore this lost city? Let me know in the comments. Petra was a city of peace and trade, carved in silence. But our next wonder was built for the exact opposite. The roar of 50,000 people and the smell of blood. Standing in the heart of Rome, the Colosseum is the largest ancient amphitheater ever built. Nearly 2,000 years old, this massive stone structure remains the ultimate symbol of the Roman Empire's power and architectural genius. But what really happened inside these walls? Think modern stadiums are impressive. The Colosseum could hold between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators to keep the crowd comfortable in the scorching Italian sun. The Romans used the a massive, retractable canvas awning, operated by expert sailors from the Roman Navy. It was the ancient world's version of a retractable roof. Perhaps most incredible of all, the Colosseum could be flooded. In its early years, engineers diverted water from nearby aqueducts to fill the arena, allowing the Romans to stage for mock sea battles featuring actual ships. The Colosseum still stands as a testament to human ingenuity. It's more than just a monument. It's a window into a world of glory, grit, and grand spectacle. The Romans used their engineering to entertain the living, but across the Atlantic, the Maya built a structure that wasn't just a stadium, it was a giant stone computer that predicted the end of the world. Deep in the jungles of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula stands one of the new 7 wonders of the world, Chichén Itzá. At its heart lies the towering pyramid, known as El Castillo, or the Temple of Kukulkan. But this isn't just a pile of stone, it's a massive, ancient calculator made of limestone. The Maya were master astronomers. Look closely at the steps. Each of the 4 sides has 91 stairs. If you add them all up, and include the top platform, you get exactly 365 for every day of the solar year. Even the terraces and panels correspond to the months and cycles of the Maya calendar. The real magic happens twice a year, during the spring and autumn equinoxes. As the sun sets, the shadows of the pyramids corners create a series of triangles that link up, with the stone serpent heads at the base. It creates the illusion of a giant feathered serpent slithering down the temple, tribute to the god Kukulkan. If the visuals weren't enough, the pyramid also talks back. If you stand at the base and clap your hands, the echo, reflecting off the high, narrow steps, doesn't sound like a clap. Instead, it mimics the chirp of the quetzal, a sacred bird in Maya culture. It's a feat of acoustic engineering that still baffles researchers today. And here's the kicker. There are actually 2 smaller pyramids hidden inside the one you see today, built like a set of Russian nesting dolls. Chichén Itzá is a masterpiece of math, music, and mystery. The Maya disappeared into the jungle, leaving their pyramids behind, but they weren't the only ones to vanish. High in the Andes Mountains, an entire city was built so high it was lost to the world for 400 years. Think Machu Picchu. Think again. This Incan citadel was hidden from the world for 400 years. It's earthquake-proof. The Incas used ash masonry, stones cut so precisely they fit together without a drop of mortar. Not even a credit card fits between them. It's a literal city in the clouds. Would you hike the Inca Trail to see this? It sits 7,970 feet high, features over 600 agricultural terraces to prevent the mountain from sliding away. It's an astronomical clock. The Intihuatana stone points directly at the sun during the 2 equinoxes. When the sun stands over the stone, it casts no shadow. Abandoned after only 80 years, its true purpose remains a mystery. Let me know below. While Machu Picchu was built as a secret retreat for an emperor, our next wonder was built as a public declaration of a love so deep it required 20,000 workers and 1,000 elephants to complete. You've been told the most famous story about the Taj Mahal, and it's likely a lie. The legend says that after 22 years of construction, Emperor Shah Jahan ordered the hands of all 20,000 workers to be cut off. Why? So they could never build anything more beautiful again. It's a haunting tale of a king's obsession. But there's a catch. Historians found no records of this cruelty. In fact, those same master builders went on to build the Red Fort and the Great Mosque. The cutting was likely a legal contract. The workers were paid massive fortunes to sign a hakakati, agreeing to never work for another king. Their hands weren't severed. Their labor was bought. But here's a fact that is true. The Taj changes color every hour. Pink in the morning, milky white at noon, and glowing gold under the moonlight. Was it a gift of love or a monument of ego? The Taj Mahal is a monument to a love that passed away. But our final wonder stands as a symbol of a faith that is very much alive, watching over one of the most dangerous cities on Earth from 2,000 feet in the air. Most people think this is just a statue, but it's actually a lightning rod that gets hit 20 times a year. It's covered in 6 million soapstone tiles. Why? It's a giant time capsule. Its arms span 92 feet. It wasn't built in Brazil because the original architect wanted it to sparkle in the moonlight. Workers often wrote secret messages or their names on the back of the tiles before gluing them on. The head and hands were actually sculpted in France and shipped over in pieces. You can actually stand inside the heart of Jesus. Would you dare to climb the internal stairs to the top? 7 wonders, millions of tourists. But notice something. The oldest, largest, and most mysterious structure ever built is missing from this list. Why were the pyramids of Giza erased from the vote? So, why are the Great Pyramids of Giza the only surviving member of the original ancient wonders not on the modern list? It wasn't because they weren't popular. It's because Egypt withdrew. Egyptian officials were insulted that the pyramids had to compete in a popularity contest against modern structures like the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty. They claimed the pyramids were above the vote. To settle the massive diplomatic feud, the pyramids were granted honorary status. They are the wonder of wonders, too legendary to even be on the list. 7 wonders, built by hand, preserved by time, and chosen by us. But as we've seen, the new 7 is only half the story. The Egyptian pyramids didn't lose the vote. They were too big for it. They remain the honorary 8th. A reminder that some things don't need a trophy to be legendary. We build these monuments because we are afraid of being forgotten. And as long as you keep sharing their stories, these stones will never truly die. Don't stop exploring. Subscribe for more ancient history secrets. I'll see you in the next one.